Woke up this morning and everybody in the house was sick. My daughter didn't go to school today. I worked last night on the graveyard shift. My wife is sick, so we're all kind of, I don't know what's going on, some kind of crud. And I had to figure out what I was going to talk about in a video. I found this comment, user Quick Snow says, I could only last a minute of listening to your insufferable ass. And I responded with, that's about 30 seconds more than most people, so thank you, I really appreciate it. Now, I'll keep this one pretty short. As you can see, I'm training with my daughter here. Oh man, I love it. She's coming along really nicely. She's definitely outgrowing my ability to teach her, for sure. I think I still have a little bit left to teach her, but pretty soon here, I'm going to have to get her proper coaching. Thought I would talk about this upcoming competition, March 17th. Right now, doing this training with you guys on YouTube, basically using you as my training partner, all of my lifts are going better than they have in the last couple of years. As far as I can remember, I've always had to deal with some kind of an injury, and right now I'm feeling healthier than I have ever in a long time. I'm a little bit on the heavy side, so I do need to trim a few pounds. But all my openers are much higher than they have been at any competition. So I'm in a really good position to possibly break into the 1,700 total plateau. How realistic is that? Well, I mean, I've been saying I was going to do it the last two meets, and I totaled up, if I would have hit all three attempts that I missed at Worlds in November, I still would not have broken to 1,700. I would have been high 1,600s. So I would have to be really, really super aggressive. But I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to focus on any of that. All I'm going to focus on is getting my openers up. The higher my openers are going to be, which is usually something that you can do for 2 or 3 reps fairly easily, the rest will take care of itself. I'll do those attempts as I feel like, because you never know how you're going to feel on competition day. You might have one of the, like when I did that competition in, it was like Venice Beach or South Beach, I felt like a monster. I mean, I accidentally warmed up with about 30 pounds more than my deadlift opener. I couldn't count kilo plates, and I had like 630 pounds on the bar. And one of the guys says, "What are you opening up with?" I go, "I don't know, 610." He goes, "Well, you got like 630 on there," and it flew up. It's weird when you don't know how much weight's on the bar and you have those steel plates because there's only like 3 or 4 of them. You can mind trick yourself into thinking it's a lot lighter than it actually is. At least that's been my experience. So I think that's what was going on. I was amped up, and I was just that meet. I was on fire. Well, I've had other meets where everything was heavy. This one in November, I was wiped. Like, I had bad energy. I didn't sleep properly. I did a weight cut. It was terrible. And, I still finished with a high 1,500, almost 1,600 total. So that's encouraging. So basically, I'm just moving those lifts forward. We'll see. I think I'm really poised to have maybe the best competition of my entire life. And that would be really cool to get that in before I turn 50. So I think for today, I'll just either take the day off or maybe I'll do some light cardio or back work, something like that. Yesterday when I was doing my deadlift session, I didn't have enough time to really get into accessories, so I told Prophet Fear that I was going to try to finish that today, but man, my sinuses are all stuffed up and I am not feeling 100%. I've never really let that stop me though. I don't know. I sometimes think I train when I shouldn't. You guys ever had any? I mean, what do you do when you have like a head cold or the flu or something? Should you train lightly? Should you get a little exercise in, or is it better to let the body rest? I'm one of those guys where I get antsy. I just can't sit around and do nothing. I have to do something. It's more of like a mental health issue for me. If I'm just sitting around watching TV all day, I just don't feel right about myself. I gotta do something. And the easiest thing to do is just come out in the garage and move some weight around. What's your guys' experience with that? What do? Do you normally just sleep all day? or do you try to get a workout in when you're feeling sick? Well, I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll hopefully get back at it here real soon. Peace.